Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about a number of huge developments surrounding Hedera and how this will impact HBAR token holders. So before we talk about the main stories today, I'd like to show you a clip which features the co-founder of Hedera, Mance Harmon, on the Sin City Crypto YouTube channel, where he went into detail and provided insights about a number of developments Hedera is actively at the center of. So during one segment of the interview, Harmon discussed details surrounding Hedera's new partnership with the car manufacturers Hyundai and Kia and what this will mean for the Hedera consensus and tokenization service.
For years now, I've been talking about the value that blockchain and Hedera specifically could have for supply chain generally. And, I would always talk about the specific use case that it comes to my mind. You have raw materials flowing into a supply chain for a company that's going to build sneakers, for example. And those raw materials could be represented by tokens. And then as those tokens flow through the supply chain, they can be used by the manufacturer, exchange in a DeFi context with, for getting a capital loan, or perhaps further down the supply chain, you could use the tokens to get product insurance, and then ultimately you sell the products, the sneakers in this case, crates of sneakers, and they flow to a distributor, and then you get in exchange for that an accounts receivable that takes the form of a token, and then you use that token again in the context of DeFi, and you factor it so that you effectively sell that AR, that accounts receivable, at a discount, and you get more cash flow. It's just revolutionizing the way finance can be done in the context of supply chain. Layered on top of that is ESG. If you have that kind of transparency about what's going on, you can see with some degree of specificity that I'm describing of the flow of each of those products and components that are being developed into the larger product. If you see how all of that is happening in real time, you can do better measurement of the carbon that is being used, consumed, or created as a part of this process, which you in turn can turn around and create, say, emissions tokens that represent how much carbon has been used. You can sell those emissions tokens on a carbon exchange, purchasing credits to offset those emissions tokens. You can just sort of get a feel for how all of this can change both finance and give us better insight into ESG related items.
So as detailed by Harmon, the main reason as to why Hyundai and Kia chose to utilize Hedera's network is due to the innate qualities and benefits Hedera's network provides, most notably Hedera's broad range scalability and its ability to tokenize assets more efficient compared to other DLTs. So as part of this initiative, a number of articles have actually been published in regards to the benefits Hedera's network provides, where one segment I recently came across on Twitter is from the House of Chimera, which is an organization which provides research into blockchain technology. So upon their research into Hedera's network, they created the following spreadsheet which goes into detail and provides insights about the intrinsic qualities Hedera's network provides. So the main aspect which I find most interesting in this diagram is how it indicates the transaction capacity of Hedera's network and how it's been increasing exponentially since the project's inception. And this has led to Hedera's network being the most widely utilized network on the marketplace. And what I find most interesting is that Hedera's mainnet has only been live for a few years, and a lot later compared to the vast majority of the bigger DLTs. And despite all of these factors, Hedera is still the most widely utilized network on the marketplace. And this is all encompassed with the organization also providing details about the governance structure of Hedera and also the potential for staking measures attached to the Hedera network, where Hedera puts itself ahead over the other networks on the marketplace, where it provides proxy staking, and nodes specific to the Hedera network are controlled by its governing council members. So the innate qualities attached to Hedera may have been the main reason as to why the likes of Hyundai and Kia have chosen to base their offerings on Hedera. This is mainly due to the esteemed organizations that have an association with Hedera and such organizations controlling Hedera nodes. So unlike the majority of other proof-of-stake networks on the marketplace, nodes are typically controlled by unknown entities. So this may have been a reason as to why Hyundai chose Hedera rather than other competitor DLTs to build their tokenization application surrounding carbon emissions on. And this is all encompassed also with Hedera's tokenization service also being a lot more effective and a lot more efficient compared to other systems. This is due to the fees attached to Hedera's tokenization service being fixed, unlike a vast majority of other DLTs on the marketplace, including Ethereum, where the fixed nature surrounding the tokenization of assets on Hedera means that it will be a lot more predictive to determine the rate by which an organization spends in regards to tokenization. And this is in stark contrast to Ethereum, where if an organization chooses to utilize Ethereum's tokenization service, they could experience volatile costs. So another reason as to why Hedera may have been picked by the mentioned organizations and more organizations in the future. The article also highlighted to the benefits of both Hedera's consensus and tokenization service, where the consensus service is equipped with a number of key characteristics and features which makes it highly attractive. Most notably, the network provides fast, fair and secure transaction capabilities. So all around very exciting for Hedera, and it makes abundant sense as to why a number of organizations have turned to the Hedera project rather than competitor DLTs. So this is a really good diagram which illustrates a number of world-renowned organizations and companies within a wide depth in regards to industry have an association with Hedera. So very exciting for Hedera, and yeah, it puts Hedera ahead over the vast majority of other networks in regards to its wide-scale utility and the amount of projects from a number of industries which have an association with Hedera. So I'd also like to bring to your attention, as well as the recent Hyundai partnership, Hedera has actually been utilized by some of the largest financial bodies in Asia, where recently the Hedera Governing Council member Shinhan Bank authorized a stablecoin initiative, where this stablecoin initiative was backed and based on the Hedera tokenization service, where through the utility of Hedera's tokenization service and at the center of this development stablecoin utility, stablecoins minted on Hedera's network was transported and verified and actualized and sent between financial bodies in Korea, in Shinhan Bank, Thailand and Taiwan. So with a number of large financial bodies harnessing the benefits of Hedera's tokenization service, it indicates another repertoire in Hedera's consensus mechanism, and it adds to a list of use cases Hedera's network is associated with. So very exciting for Hedera, and it is another example of Hedera's usage in real world activities. So it adds to a list of exciting developments Hedera is at the center of. But time will tell in regards to the impact these developments will have on the price of HBAR and further initiatives Hedera is involved in. So I'd also like to bring to your attention a tweet provided by Zepsi on Twitter, where he actually recognized and provided us with details about Hedera being represented at Token 2049, which is set to occur in Singapore, where this initiative event goes into some detail about a number of developments across a number of industries, especially the DLT industry. And as well as Hedera's appearance at the event, Hedera's Governing Council member Google will also be at the event, and other DLT organizations including Polygon, Filecoin, Cardano, and crypto exchanges including Bybit and Binance. So with a number of organizations from the wider DLT sphere entering this event, it could lead to further announcements about further developments these organizations could be at the center of, including Hedera. So it'll be interesting to see what happens during this event and if Hedera has any big announcements to make. And this is also coupled with the likes of Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan also attending the event. So it also indicates how DLT is making greater moves and how DLT is becoming more mainstream and accepted by large organizations, including the likes of Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan. So very exciting for DLT as a whole. So also I'd like to bring to your attention an article and presentation I recently came across, which goes into detail about Hedera's Hashgraph characteristics. It's where Hedera is set to feature at an event known as Beyond Blockchain, which is set to occur between the 5th of September to the 24th of November. So during this event, the development will involve indicating to the benefits Hedera's network provides and how businesses could utilize Hedera's network for scalability purposes. So initially the graphic and article went into some detail and insights about the number of features Hedera's network is accompanied and is associated with, including sustainability, DeFi protocols and tokenization activities, where at the center of the utility of Hedera's network in this protocol is the usage of Hedera's tokenization service and Hedera's DeFi applications. So the main reason as to why DeFi could be a very attractive proposition for more developers or even organizations is that Hedera offers cost-effective smart contract services. So cost effectiveness surrounding smart contracts on Hedera means that DeFi applications will be more accessible to more individuals across a number of industries at any given time. So the accessibility and the affordability of smart contracts for individual users of Hedera could make Hedera more attractive and could add to a growing list of use cases of Hedera's network by a number of large organizations. And also Hedera, as mentioned by this graphic, is extremely sustainable, where the Hedera Governing Council member, UCL, have actually authored and published an article which goes into detail and provides evidence about Hedera's energy efficient nature and its carbon negative characteristics, where at the moment Hedera is the most energy efficient network on the marketplace and eclipses the energy consumed compared to the vast majority, well, all other DLTs and legacy payment infrastructures on the marketplace. So extremely exciting for Hedera, and it indicates how Hedera's network is extremely versatile in its applications and why such organizations are turning to Hedera rather than other DLTs. So finally, this graphic goes into some further detail about how businesses could harness Hedera for their own applications. So all around, the Hedera network is making strong headwinds and developments, and with the recent news of Hedera becoming a indirect partner of FedNow, Hedera is one of few projects which have wide-scale utilities across a number of industries and with big players across some of the largest markets around the world. What are your thoughts on Hedera? Are you excited about Hedera's partnerships? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching and we'll see you in the next video.